Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're dialing in from. We are so excited. It's PrestoCon Day, and we have been waiting a long time for this day. There is so much to share all about Presto. We have some amazing user talks. We have some developers. We have some engineers. We have everybody coming today, getting together, talking more about Presto. Hi, I am LeClerc. I'm the chair of the Presto Foundation Outreach Team. And today I'm joined by Girish Baliga. Girish is the chair of the Presto Foundation Governing Board, is also director of engineering at Uber. And today we are so excited to open it up and get everybody ready for PrestoCon Day. So before I kind of hand things over to Girish, I want to give out big thanks to our sponsors. All of our sponsors today are what helped make this event as awesome as it's going to be. So premier sponsors, Ahana and IBM Company, Intel, thank you for your support. We have our event sponsors, Uber, Neuroblade, One House. Thank you for your support. And we have our community partners. We have CD Insights, we have Datanami, and we have Women in Big Data. Thank you for your support. Truly, without all of your support, we could not do this today. And so before I turn things over to Girish, one thing we need to make sure that we mention. We have an event code of conduct, and all attendees, we take this very seriously. If you have any issues, you should make sure that you can reach out. We take it very seriously. If you have any issues, let us know immediately. We want everybody to feel welcome and included. Okay, with that, Girish, I'm going to pass things over to you to get us started.
Thanks a lot, Ali. And hi, everyone. Welcome to PrestoCon Day. We have an exciting day of talks, stories, and user case studies from a variety of companies, platforms, and organizations. But before we jump into all of the nitty-gritty and details, I wanted to set a stage in the next few minutes for why we are doing what we're doing, right? Who benefits from the fruits of our labor. And to me personally, I think that is the set of people who use all the data that is being generated in the world, growing day by day, to generate and process and get something meaningful, get some meaningful insights out of that vast ocean of data. The data engineers, the data analysts, the data consumers. I think those are the people that I feel we should be trying to target and make better. So what are some of the challenges faced by today's data consumers, data engineers? So as you probably experienced in your different organizations, data doesn't sit all well packaged in one place, right? It is constantly being produced. It's in silos. It's in different systems. And these systems come with their own engines to process things down. And over time, the systems will change, the engines will change. You'll have to learn new languages, interfaces, and so forth. How do we manage all of these different systems? How do we learn all these query languages? And to top it all, things get more and more expensive as your data volume grows, your needs change, and things become more and more complicated. So at Presto, we have built a fast and reliable SQL engine and ecosystem for data analytics and the open lakehouse. So our premise is that you can use one single engine, Presto, and one language, Presto SQL, to consume, process, analyze, and gain insights from all the different data sets and storage systems that you have in your organizations today. So the way Presto is built is Presto has an open interface. We have a connector architecture. So you can use one engine, Presto, to connect and read data from a wide variety of storage systems, ranging all the way from Kafka, Cassandra, Redshift, Hadoop, Elastic, Pinot, and so forth, to data stored in different storage formats like ORC, Parquet, and other formats, and different table formats that are powering today's data lakehouse, like Delta Lake, Iceberg, Hoodie, and so forth. Lots of complexity, lots of systems, lots of data silos, one engine, one interface. So I liken the data lakehouse a little bit to the online document revolution that happened about a decade ago. So if, for those of you old enough to remember, we used to mail each other documents, right? PDFs, Microsoft Word documents and so forth. And we would all work in our local machines trying to edit and collaborate with each other. So that was pretty much how things were before the advent of engines like Presto. There were dedicated warehouses, you would copy data around, and then people would have different data, different insights, and it would be generally a very hard problem to get on the same page. But now with engines like Presto, you can query data where it lives. You don't need to make copies, you don't need to have silos, and even if you do have silos, one engine to read it all. And so, just like you had with the online document revolution, you just consume all your data using a standardized set of tools. Tools like Tableau, Superset, Looker, languages like Python for data science, MLAI. So you are working in the domain of applications, doing what you need to do, and leaving all the hard work of distributed data, merges, computation, scale, reliability to Presto. So why Presto? Uh, Presto provides one language, Presto SQL. So that's the only language you'll need to learn. There's one interface, that's the standard Presto interface, and you can connect all your different favorite applications to it. And it's fast, it's reliable, and it's efficient. And this has been proven at scale of internet size companies like Meta, Uber, ByteDance, Alibaba. Every big company in some way, shape, or form is using Presto. Let me dive a little bit into how we use Presto at Uber. So we have built this one SQL platform powered by Presto for all of our data analytics. So on the right side, you see the different kinds of things we need to do with data. So with real-time data, we need to generate signals. We have app features powered by analytics in our Uber and Uber Eats applications. We need to generate periodic reports, both for internal consumption and for sharing with regulatory bodies. We need to do a lot of data analysis and gain insights and also build data so that we can power our ML algorithms. Different data systems, different engines, but our users largely use Presto SQL, right? So they kick off a query editor, and this is what their development experience looks like. They kick off a query editor, they write some Presto SQL, they work on it, and then they hit production, and we automatically take their Presto SQL and run it on one of these four engines. Your systems, your deployments, your infrastructure might look different, but I believe this is one architecture that we could all coalesce towards, which is using Presto SQL as the one SQL for all data analytics. And Presto works at scale. Presto scale is really what Presto shines at, because from day one, Presto was built at Meta to handle large-scale traffic. And over time, it has been adopted by scale companies like Uber, ByteDance, Alibaba, Twitter, and so forth. And Presto is able to handle data at exabyte scale. Think processing petabytes of data a day. That's what Presto is able to do. And Presto works on the data lakehouse from day one. So no need for data silos. As I mentioned, you get to the online document sharing model. All the data sits where it sits. You have one uniform interface to access it. So today for Presto at scale, we have some very interesting talks that talk about how companies like Adobe, ByteDance, and Alibaba Cloud are pushing the scale limits for Presto. And for the data lakehouse, we have companies like Bolt, IBM, and Apache Hudi, OneHouse, that are going to talk about how they're extending Presto and making it work with different lakehouse implementations and deployments. So I'd like to spend the next couple of minutes talking about what makes all of this community and collaboration possible. That is the Presto Linux Foundation. So the Presto Foundation is under a nonprofit foundation under the auspices of the Linux Foundation, and it is structured similar to most other Linux foundations. So you can engage with the Presto Foundation at 3 different levels. So you can just participate in the community, you can talk to us, you can engage with us, and you can join our user community through our user groups, our Slack channels, attend community events like PrestoCon Day and the monthly meetups that we have. So these are all great. But if you want to get in at the next level, you want to start making contributions to Presto, maybe extend Presto to work with your systems, you can start attending our technical steering committee, our monthly meetings that's open to all of the public. And at some point, you'll get to a point where your contributions are at a level where you can maybe even become a committer or even a member of the technical steering committee. And for companies like Uber, Facebook, IBM, and so forth, you also have the opportunity to join our governing board. So you can pay annual foundation dues, help finance all of the foundation activities that we do. And as a part of that, you will get a chair on our governing board, and you can help drive the foundation. We have an open governance model, so all board members have equal votes. We all get together and make sure that the foundation is run in accordance with our open governance principles. And of course, all of these activities are made possible by the outreach committee, which is chaired by our amazing Ali, who introduced us at the beginning. Okay, so what are these open governance principles and goals? The Presto Foundation is guided by three main principles. First, we want to build and sustain an open, neutral, and united Presto community. So everyone is welcome to join. We do not take any stance on Presto versus some other technology. We are here to build Presto, and we're united. So we hope everybody who comes and joins us is working towards building Presto and making it better and more useful for all the broader community as well as the data consumers. We have an open, transparent, and technical leadership. As I mentioned, our TSC meetings are open to the public. They're recorded, they're available. Our agenda is shared in advance. Everyone is welcome to come and join. We also have an open direction panel, so you can join the governing board. You can set direction for the community as it goes forward. And the last one is probably the most important. No one individual or company is greater than a project and its community. So people are going to come, people are going to contribute, maybe they're going to move on to something different. Doesn't matter. I think what really matters is when you're here, when you're with us, we expect everyone to come in and contribute to the project and make it sustain and last beyond contributions of any one individual person or company. So here are some direct ways in which you can collaborate with the Presto community. So after you're done listening to the amazing talks today, please head on over to a Slack channel, join it, engage, tell us how you feel, tell us about how you're using Presto. You can also contribute to the project. We are at Presto DB GitHub. You can also join our virtual meetup group if you want to attend more of our monthly meetups and future events. And you can also follow us on the social media, where over the next days and weeks, we'll be sharing snippets from today's meetup, as well as other interesting talks and community updates. So with that, I will hand it back to Ali to kick off the rest of the program.
Thank you, Girish. And so I think, it's fair to say we are, as I probably mentioned several times, super excited for today. We have some awesome users coming and sharing more about what they're doing with Presto. Just a few housekeeping items before we send you off to the next session. So one is, you've probably seen on the right-hand side of your platform a place to ask questions and to chat. Use that throughout the day. If you have questions for a presenter, feel free to pop them in there. Most of our presenters have allotted a bunch of time at the end of their sessions to take questions. So we encourage you to be interactive and to ask those. Second, you probably have a second tab open on your screen. So the way that this platform works is you'll close out of this session when it's over, you'll go back to the main screen and you'll click into that next session. And that's how you'll go throughout the day. So you actually enter each session individually throughout the day. They're not just going to automatically play right after this. Okay, with that, we hope you have an awesome day. We hope you can stick around throughout the day and learn a lot about Presto and what's going on in the open source community. Cheers, everyone. And